Hey everyone, it's Brittany. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today's video is a little bit different and it's actually a pretty highly requested video on my channel. I get a lot of comments asking how to be confident or just for tips on how to be confident, so I thought I would do a whole video on it and hopefully it helps some of you guys out. Obviously not everything is going to change after watching this video, but I hope that some of my tips will help you find your confidence, and it may take a little bit of time, but finding your confidence and being confident is fully up to you. So if you are new to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button and check out some of my other videos after this one, and let's go ahead and get started. My first tip on how to be confident is a pretty generic one, and I feel like everybody says this, but it is so important to stop caring about what other people think, or more importantly, what you think other people think. A lot of the times when you think someone thinks a certain way of you, it doesn't always mean that it's true unless they say something directly to you. You honestly have no idea what they're thinking, and a lot of times that is the #1 issue why people have insecurities, because they start thinking that someone doesn't like you, or they hated what you were wearing or the way your hair looked or something, but most of the time it's all just made up in your head and you're probably overthinking it. And even if they do say something negative to you, don't take it too personally. I kind of hate to say that someone's just jealous when they're being mean to somebody else, because it sounds so cliche and just like an excuse, but I have found in personal experience that that is usually the case, especially when you have done nothing to the person. But a lot of the times it is actually true. Deep down inside, the person probably feels like the other person is doing something better than them. Which actually brings me to my second tip, and that is to not be jealous or show jealousy. Of course, every once in a while, most people will start to feel a little bit jealous of something else, but as soon as you start to show it, you also show insecurities. Most people who are confident don't show jealousy or even feel jealousy because they have fully accepted the way that they are, the way they look, the way their body looks, or whatever situation that they're in. Confident people are happy for other people because they like to see their friends and family getting what they want and what they deserve. Not everything is gonna work out the way that you want it or the way that other people want it to, but it's really important to focus on the good things that you have in your life instead of focusing on what you don't have and being jealous of other people. My third tip kind of goes off of the second tip, and that is to compliment people or say congratulations when you see really good things happening to them. People love to be complimented, and it's equally as gratifying when you compliment someone and make them feel really good, and people love to be surrounded by people like that. If you make somebody feel good, they're gonna want you around. And part of that is to compliment people without making yourself feel or look bad. I see so many people commenting on other people's Instagrams and YouTube channels saying, "You're so pretty, I wish I looked like you," or "I wish I could be like you," and those comments are so sad because they're coming from beautiful people, and I'm just looking at them thinking like, why don't you think you're beautiful or good enough? Not only does that make you look insecure, but it also makes you feel insecure because you're continuously comparing yourself to other people and what you don't have. And that also actually brings me to my fourth tip, and that is to accept compliments and just say thank you. I've seen so many people compliment somebody else by saying something simple like, "You look great today," and I've seen the other person come back on many occasions and say, "I look terrible today, what are you talking about?" As soon as you start coming back with things like that, you're gonna start looking insecure as well. And not only does that make you look insecure, but it's also setting a really bad example, especially if you have people who look up to you, even if you don't know it. There are likely people out there who are looking to you as a role model, and if you start making it seem like you don't think you look good or you don't think you're good enough, those people who look up to you are also gonna see that. Even if you don't think you look the greatest that day, or you did a good job on an assignment or something, that person usually is genuine about their compliment and they genuinely thought that you looked great or you did a really good job. There's nothing wrong with saying thank you. And once you actually start accepting those types of compliments, you will feel so much better about yourself because you realize people actually do think good things of you. My fifth tip is to start trying new things or talking to new people. There are people out there who basically refuse to do things because they're afraid they will fail, but there's nothing wrong with failing at something. I really truly believe that trying new things is a really quick way to finding your confidence. Even if you're not the best at whatever it is that you're trying, you should still feel really good about yourself for trying it. It really says something about someone who can put themselves out there and try something new, especially if it's completely out of your comfort zone. Of course, you can start by doing things with your friends, but if you're feeling really brave, you can learn learn how to do these things on your own as well. Doing things on your own is basically doing things without a security blanket. So you might only be comfortable doing things with your friends or your family or something, but if you do it by yourself, you're gonna prove to yourself that you can actually accomplish things on your own without having to rely on other people. You're bound to meet new people in these situations, and being able to talk to somebody on your own for the first time shows so much confidence, and it proves to you that you can really accomplish things if you just set your mind to it. My last tip actually kind of ties into bullying a little bit, because a lot of the times bullies will pick on somebody who does not seem confident. So my tip for anybody in a situation like that is to fake it till you make it. And again, there's a big difference from being arrogant or even pretending to be arrogant and being confident. I had a pretty terrible year in high school where so many girls literally hated me for no reason, and I was being like threatened and all this really terrible stuff, but throughout the entire time I was basically pretending like it didn't bother me. The number one thing with bullies is that they love to see things bothering you, so when you don't give them the pleasure of actually bothering you, they usually will stop, and as soon as they realize these things weren't bothering me, there was no problems ever again. If you're not in a situation where you're being bullied or picked on, this still helps a lot for finding your confidence. If you act and seem like you're confident on the outside, a lot of the time you will start to feel confident and believe it. That's it for today's video. I hope that you guys liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. I am definitely not an expert, but I do think I'm pretty confident and I like how I am, so hopefully these tips that I have used and learned over the years can help you guys out too. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you haven't done that already, and you can check out some of my other videos, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!